Good morning, this is Brian. Today is January 27th, 2019. January 27, 2019. I'm here in the San Bernardino National Forest, the north slope of the San Bernardino Mountains. This is called Cushenberry Grade. This is Highway 18 heading north towards Lucerne Valley. I am here at the junction of 3 and 62. It's the mileage marker says 62.00. So my plan today is that Silver Peak, 6,756 feet. So I'm going to be hiking a combination of dirt road, cross-country gully ascents, and maybe a use trail. So what I need to do is, at least what I believe I need to do, is to go to the gully that comes down the south flank of the mountain. I believe I need to go up that gully, actually, once I get over there. I believe there might be a use trail in the area, but I'm not sure. I mean, there are closer dirt road access points, but I believe those are private property, so I don't dare go over there. Right now, where we are, it's about an elevation of 5,850, 5,900 feet, roughly. Considering that, get a lot of single-leaf pinyon, Pinus monophylla, and Joshua tree, Yucca brevifolia. And there's a very good chance I might even come across Utah juniper, Juniperus osteosperma. And if I do, you know for a fact, considering how I love to point out the local flora, I will most definitely point that out. This is a side of the San Bernardinos I really don't visit very often. The scenery's incredibly beautiful here, that's for certain. I know the first part of the hike will be descending into that canyon, and then a very rigorous uphill climb. It's only supposed to be between 4 and 5 miles round trip, so it's not going to be a super long hike. Distance-wise, maybe a little bit time-consuming, considering there's going to be some rough cross-country terrain up ahead. But I've been looking forward to hiking this peak for a while, so I'm finally taking the chance today. Doesn't look like snow will be an issue unless I hit some north-facing slopes. I mean, there are a few patches of snow down here and there, but nothing really super bad. Here's a plant you'll see a lot on the desert side of the mountains. This is antelope brush. It's in the rose family. It's Persea tridentata variety glandulosea. This is the glandulose variety. That's the more common variety here. In fact, it's the only variety I believe I've ever seen here. You also have variety tridentata, but back to that plant. Tridentata, just like Artemisia tridentata, which is the sagebrush, comes from the leaves being in teeths of 3. The leaves are very small on Persea tridentata, but if you look carefully enough, you'll see even the camera probably won't get it very well, but the leaves are in lobes of 3, kind of like the sagebrush. That's where tridentata comes from. This plant's pretty common here. I've also seen it on the desert slopes of the San Gabriel Mountains. Seen it around Walker Pass. So I imagine it to be a very common desert side plant. So I'm going to go ahead and start packing up. It's kind of a warm start down here. Big Bear City is supposed to get up into the mid-60s, which is way warmer than average for this time of year. Probably about 20 degrees above average. I'm assuming it'll probably be quite warm at Silver Peak. The summit of Silver Peak itself is Big Bear's elevation, 6,750 feet. So, I mean, considering this is going to be a south exposure, I'm not even going to lug my jacket with me today. I'd probably be very hot and sweaty today. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I will point out the turn-by-turn directions as I go, and I will see you on my hike. So, I am hiking 3N62 right now. I'm going to follow this down into the gulch, and of course there's Silver Peak. And it's a very floristically interesting area, I have to say. We've got California Fremontia, Fremontodendron californicum, also known as California flannel bush or flannel bush. And this one's a nice old specimen here. You can see its trunk. To see this plant in the month of June is to see brilliance. The plant's got large flowers with those yellow tepals on them. I don't think those are actually true petals, they're tepals. But the plant is fantastically exuberant when it blooms. I've been lucky enough to catch it in bloom a few times, and come here in this area in June, maybe late May, June. I came on June 4th, the day after my birthday. It was a couple years ago, and wow, it'll knock your socks off when you see it in bloom. And then we got some more Joshua tree yuccas here. Yeah, we got a nice single leaf pinion woodland we're getting ready to enter. So this just looks like it's going to be a fantastic day. I would say the elevation here is closer to 5,800, I believe, in this spot here. We're actually going to dip down to about 5,700 or 5,600, and then we're going to start climbing. I believe, like I said, there's a ridge that runs down this way. I believe it's going to be the gully behind it, which once you climb up that gully, it's supposed to meet another dirt road towards the summit of Silver Peak. Another name for the mountain is Blackhawk Mountain. It's that's the name of the whole mountain mass. I guess the top of it you call Silver Peak. Obviously, Silver Peak deals with the silver mining. The southwestern side of this mountain is supposed to be where mining activity is supposed to be going on. I see a few junipers mixed in here. Yeah, I thought I saw, yeah. There's a juniper right there. I'm gonna hike, I want to do a little cross country to it. Doesn't look too far away. That looks like a Utah juniper. Let's go see. Does not look like a Sierra juniper, which is abundant in these mountains. But once you get down to these once you get down to this part here, you start losing the Sierra junipers. Yeah. Bark on it's kind of a grayish color. Yeah, this is a Utah juniper right here. This is Juniperus osteosperma. Not super common, to my knowledge, here in Southern California. Or at least not in the San Bernardinos. But yeah, this is a Utah juniper right here. This is not a Sierra juniper. This is not a Juniperus grandis. This, yeah, definitely Utah juniper. The bark's a little grayer. The scale leaves, I don't see a resin dot on them. Sierra juniper is supposed to have a resin dot on their scale like leaves. So this is a Utah juniper right here. Actually a very fine example of one. This is kind of the typical form. You know, Sierra junipers tend to be more upright and much larger. They're full-blown trees, quite large trees at times. Utah junipers tend to be a little shrubbier and a little smaller in stature. I think they can get up to 40 feet maybe. I think they can. It's possible, but I don't think it's very common. But this is a beautiful specimen of Juniperus osteosperma. This is a very nice specimen. And like I said, we're just a few miles from Baldwin Lake and Big Bear Lake. So, like I said, the floristic diversity here is insane. You've seen some of my hikes when I've been over by Onyx Summit, going up to Onyx Peak, and well, I didn't shoot a video for that one, but Onyx Summit to Wysep Peak. Lots of Sierra junipers over here, but now we got some Utah juniper. So like I said, the bark's a little grayish, and it's a little stringier. It's stringier, kind of like a California juniper. I don't believe California juniper is found this high up, and this one is, I think, a little large for, well, yeah, this definitely looks like a Utah juniper to me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plant. But pretty sure there's going to be more of it on the Summit Ridge, because I've seen pictures of the Summit Ridge of Silver Peak, and it looked like there were junipers up there. I mean, I've never been up there, so I can't tell you for sure, but it looked like there were junipers up there too, so pretty sure there'll be some of these. But yeah, this is it, Juniperus osteosperma, a very nice example of said plant. This is a beauty. This is a nice one. Beautiful plant. Well, I'm going to snap a few pictures of this beautiful tree, and then I'm going to continue on my hike. It's off to a very wonderful start already. Well, as I'm going down towards this dip, notice another species of yucca popping up, which is this guy here. This is Yucca scadigera, the Mojave yucca, which is a lot shrubbier than the Joshua tree. The leaves on Mojave yucca are bigger, and they have little shreddy threads on the leaf blades. And that's another way you could tell. So we got a mixture here. We got a Mojave yucca there, more Mojave yucca, and then we got some young Joshua trees here. So that's another yucca you'll see along this hike. This is a beautiful canyon here, though, I'll tell you. The scenery here is insanely beautiful. This is something I would totally recommend if you like high desert hiking, or just mountain hiking in general. I mean, I find this area to be gorgeous, actually, quite beautiful. I know pretty soon I'm going to end up having to climb up this. Just gotta keep an eye out for where I'm gonna need to leave the road. But I can see the gully. The gully looks like I'm gonna have to climb right over there. So this will definitely be a good exercise in cross-country hiking for me. I'm gonna have to pay attention, and I think I'm gonna go through this little pass right here first. I mean, I could try to make a beeline for the ridge, but don't know if I should be leaving the trail yet. Printed out a map, taking it with me for this one. Definitely, this is going to require some navigational ability. Once you get to the ridge, up the gully, you catch up with a dirt road, which takes you right near the summit, and you just branch off a few feet and you're there. But this one's definitely going to test my navigational ability. For real. I'm up for the challenge. Otherwise I wouldn't even be here. Maybe once I get to this pass, I'll have a better view of the route. But I can see the gully from here. Looks like a pretty steep one. So I know for a fact I'm going to be taking my time climbing up that. That's a fact. There's another Fremontia. Okay. Now, let me see something here. Huh. Okay. Might have gone too far on the dirt road. So I'm supposed to be finding that gully there. So definitely gonna be some navigational challenges today. But I'm pretty sure that's the gully that I'm supposed to climb right there. So, alright, I believe this is where I'm going to start going cross country. I'm going to try to see how I can minimize the bushwhacking today. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some, but just wondering, maybe if I go up to this knob here, I'll have a clearer view of where I need to go. So I'm not even sure if there's a duct. I don't think there's supposed to be some kind of use trail or something, but let me see what happens when I get closer to this knob here. I mean, there's not really a clear path without having to descend into that canyon there. But I think that's the gully I'm supposed to climb. So I might have to do a little bushwhacking today. But let me see how this works out for me. I'll check in with some more updates. Alright, so came back a little bit. That was the rocky outcropping I was looking at earlier. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to start hiking in this gully here and see if this leads me to a good spot to gain the toe of the ridge. So I'm going to essentially start going cross country here. Took a picture of this area here so I can refer back to it if I get a little confused coming back. But as long as I know that I'm in this little ditch here, coming back shouldn't be an overly navigational challenge. No human footprints here. I'm basically hiking cross country right now. Now, looks like I'm going to follow this gully. And this is where the fun begins, where the scrambling. So, as long as I remember that peak over there and that peak over there is going to be on my approach back. So I'm going to keep hiking and might end up having to start bushwhacking pretty soon. Oh, I'm still going down. I ended up going on the side of the gully so I don't have to use a lot of extra energy for doing class 2 and class 3 scrambling moves. I know I'm definitely going to want to conserve as much energy as I need to, because I'm going to have to not only climb up that, I'm also going to have to climb back up this at the end of my hike. But I see the canyon bottom up ahead, and I'm not that far from it. So, like I said, the gully's here, off to my left. What I am going to do is when I get to the bottom of this little canyon, is I'm going to just build a small duck. I mean, they don't recommend doing that, but I am going to do that for navigational purposes on the way out, so I know what ridge or what canyon or what gully I have to climb back up. So I'm about ready to get to the foot of Blackhawk Mountain, or Silver Peak if you like, and I can see the wash down there, a nice large single leaf pinyon that I could use as a landmark coming back up. So far, haven't had to do really any bushwhacking. The vegetation here is fairly open, and I haven't had to do too much ridiculous scrambling. So far, so good. It's just steep walking. That's so far it. I keep these pinyon pines here in mind because I got to go around this, and it looks like the gully ascent starts just on the other side of this dry stream bed. So that's the gully I'm going to follow the way up. Alright. So now I am going to watch my foot. Watch your footing because it's steep. Lots of rocks and some small boulders and some loose soil. But I'm down here in this drainage right now. I came up from there, or came down from up there. Now I've just got to realize this is the whoa, sorry about that. This is the single leaf pinyon that I need to keep an eye out for when I come back. In fact, like I said, I'm going to build a very small duck. And as long as I stay close to the gully, I should be fine. Much cooler down here since we're in a dip. It's a beautiful pinyon too, beautiful single leaf pinyon. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hike up the wash a little bit towards where those junipers are and pinyons, turn the corner and start hiking diagonally up the mountain. So I am going to leave a small rock duck here. It's only so I don't end up getting myself lost here. I'm probably about a quarter of a mile from where I left the road, and I've been hiking cross country since then. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to update you guys when I get to the gully that I'm going to need to climb, and then I'll take it from there. Well, folks, I'm at the gully. This is apparently the one I'm supposed to go up. So let's hope that the soil's not super duper loose. It is. It's a bit loose. Maybe I should put some gaiters on. I'm going to be shaking out my shoes today. So I'm going to start hiking up this kind of in a diagonal manner. And then I'm just going to keep hiking up this until I get to the dirt road up there. And I found my way to this pretty easily. It's just going down that little canyon. All I got to do is just follow the gully back up when I go back to the dirt road. So now I just got to follow this gully. And then follow it up to the ridge up there, I guess. All right. I'll see you at the next round of updates. Oh, a little ways up the gully right now, and it's really old Utah juniper right here. Look at this. Incredible. Really old Utah juniper. Must be at least several hundred years old. This one's been around for a very long time. Very large trunk in there. This is an old juniper. Wow. Yeah, this is a beautiful gully. It's getting steeper a little bit, but just look at that juniper. This thing's been around for a very long time. See, centuries and centuries of this one spot. Wow, beautiful juniper. But as I'm hiking up this gully, if you choose to do this route, just like I said, just be advised, this is completely cross country. There's no use trail, there's nothing. I'm just following the bottom of a canyon. Well, following a gully basically, going up the canyon. It's steep, some loose soil, so if you decide to take a route like this route or anything similar to it, just be aware. You're going to have to scramble over some rocks too. So just be aware of all that. It's a steep climb, and it's a south-facing slope, so it's quite warm right now. It's not ridiculously hot, but it's definitely warm. So just be aware. I'm not hiking on any form of trail. This is completely cross-country here. No trail. Just hiking up a canyon. Oh, I do see a rock duck over here. That's definitely human-made. Okay. Well, maybe there is one. Okay, so there's a rock duck there and a rock duck here for people trying to climb Silver Peak. So this is interesting. All right. See, I can see this shelf right here looks like an old road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where this leads me. So now when I come back, if I decide that this doesn't lead me where I want to go, I can always go back up the gully. But these rock ducks are showing me a pathway. So when I'm done, I just got to find the rock ducks here at this gully and just go back down. Maybe this will take me to Silver Peak. Maybe without any super hard gully climbs. So I came from down there, a good couple hundred feet down there. It's a steady uphill. It's not exceedingly steep, But I noticed as the canyon tightens up, as it goes up towards the ridge, it probably will get very steep. So I'm going to follow this for a while and see what happens. If this gets me there, I'll update you. But until then, I'm going to focus on navigating. A lot of Utah junipers here now. It's absolutely beautiful here. I'll check in soon and see where the progress is. It looks like I'm coming to the end of that old road bed. It's kind of petered out. So now, this is where it gets real. Now I gotta see. I know I'm supposed to start going up really steeply soon. There's supposed to be a route with a cable on it. Keeping my eyes out for a cable. This is going to be some pretty hardcore climbing. So this is what's left of the road bed. Kind of peters out here. So just keeping my eyes out for any signs of a rope, or not rope, but a cable. Some people use it as a navigational aid. Some people use it as a climbing aid because it's supposed to be extraordinarily steep. So I guess I'm gonna have to go around this outcropping or something to see what's up ahead. It's pretty steep here. Whew. Looks like we might be getting into more of a technical climb coming up. Might be some technical stuff here. Alright, well, I keep looking around. I'll keep you updated. Well, I'm kind of coming back the way I came. I think going around that cliff face would have put me in a lot of danger because the soil's very loose around here. And I don't think going up that would have been a very good idea. So I'm going to go back down a little bit, maybe see if I could find a better way up over there. Maybe I can gain the ridge or something. So I did not feel safe going around there. And trying to climb straight up that would not have ended well. I mean, really trying to get to the peak. But like with the Bobcat Knob episode last year in the San Gabriels, I'm not going to try to get myself hurt. Especially way out here. There's nobody around. So, I'm going to have to look for another line of ascent. Maybe this way, I don't know. Where I last checked in, it was not happening. Maybe. Yeah, this isn't much better here. Well, it's not any worse, that's for sure. There's supposed to be a way to get to the ridge. It's kind of hard to find a good route here. have to worry about going up loose scree and sand or loose decomposing granite. Whew. I'm just gonna have to think of something. Maybe I could scramble up these rocks. Maybe I'll try that. Well, let me go ahead and figure out what the heck I'm gonna do, and then I'll check in later and let you know how successful I was. I can see the gully I was going to climb up. But now I'm on the other side of it, coming up this ridge. It's kind of sandy here. It looks like there's a fairly decent way up over here. But I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes focused. Probably won't film a whole lot on the way up, because this is going to require my full attention. But I'm heading through a pretty decent path of low resistance. Not really any bushwhacking. Soil's only, well, the soil's a little loose, but it's not too bad. Just gonna keep gaining this ridge here and see what happens when I get closer to the main ridge. But looks like I got a ways to go. Mileage wise, probably not, but elevation climbing will definitely keep me from getting up this quickly. And looseness. There are some spots of very loose soil here. So, it's just whatever route you take, be very careful. This is no joke. Sure is beautiful here though. Well, I'll check in at my next update point. Well, going up this ridge, soil here is very loose. This is a very tough climb. You see the peak up there. Basically just climbing up the ridge. It's very steep. This is a very, very tough climb. Doing this all cross country too. It's not easy. So, it's not an easy climb by any stretch, just to let you know. Probably would have been better going up the gully. Original way I was going to go. Does look pretty doable from here. Well, I better keep my focus and keep climbing. I'll check in a little bit later. Probably should have just kept going up that gully right there. I have a feeling that would have definitely got me there probably a lot more easily and a lot more safely. I'm just basically walking up this ridge right here. But I'll check in a little bit later to see how much further I can go up this. I'm still climbing up this slope. This is a very, very, very tough gully to climb. I don't know if it's going to start easing up as I see some blue sky over there. Kind of hoping it does. This is a very draining climb. Very steep and very loose. You can see how steep this climb is. This is no joke. I'm hoping this is going to take me to the ridgeline soon. I see some slopes over that way that are significantly higher. So I don't know what's going to happen when I get to over there. Hope it mellows out. I'm not going to lie. This is a very, 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 very steep climb. This is not easy at all. But hopefully I'll be getting close to the ridgeline soon. I can get to the summit. So I'm not going up the first big gully. Somehow I'm going up the second big gully. But hopefully the rocks will start giving better footholds up ahead. Because right here it's very loose. It's not easy climbing up this. So I'll see what happens up there and I'll let you know. Well, I'm getting closer. I don't know yet, but I think I got over the hardest part of this. Just came all the way from way down there. Now I just gotta hike up this. Oh boy, this is very tiring. It's beautiful up here though. I wonder if I can go roundabout. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go around the side here and see what the scene's like, instead of maybe climbing directly. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, after a ridiculous amount of scrambling, I'm at the dirt road on the summit ridge. It was a very slow go for me. This was a tough climb. I think I might be near the actual summit, but I'm not sure. Wow! You can tell by my breathlessness that this is a really hard gully climb. This could possibly be the summit right here. Wow. Whew. I ain't gonna lie. This one was hard. Very hard. I just climbed up a gully ever since that second little dirt road. Should be getting near the summit soon. Let's see if this is it. Wow. Can't tell yet. There's some high ground over there too. I think I see a summit register and an old mine at it. Yeah, this is the summit. I made it. Huh. It's looking like for a while it just wasn't gonna happen. Wow, such a short distance. This one is a true test. I mean, I probably went up a harder way than I probably should have, but holy snap. Yeah, this one was a tough one. It's all about that climbing up the gully and loose scree. My Jeep's way up over there. I can see the dirt road that goes over to Highway 18. I can see my Jeep from here. So this is it. This is Silver Peak, the top of Blackhawk Mountain, 6,756 feet. This is where the high point is, right here. Oh my gosh. Wow. I ain't gonna lie, the climb up that gully was, whoa, tough. It was very, very draining. Very steep. It was just a relentless climb. The last stretch was just on a little spur from that dirt road. I've never seen it on the map. There's a little spur from the dirt road that leads south to the peak. Now that I'm up here, I'm going to relax for a little bit, enjoy the stunning views. I'm wondering if those are the Ord Mountains right there. That's what I'm wondering. Ord and East Ord, I'm not sure. Oh man, all the breeze is refreshing up here. It feels great. That's looking over towards Gold Mountain, probably towards, oh god, the ridge is leading down to Holcomb Valley. Well, that's probably more over that way. That's looking down towards Highway 18, Sugarloaf Mountain, Silver Peak. This was a butt kicker, at least the way I came. In John W. Robinson, rest in peace, because he recently passed away. John W. Robinson, San Bernardino Mountain Trails, rates this as modern. So I think what I ended up doing is, I never saw a cable. He describes a cable that goes up the mountain that you're supposed to be able to follow and maybe use to help you pull yourself up. But let me tell you, I didn't see it. I probably either went too far or I didn't go far enough to that gully, that first gully that I kept showing you at the beginning of the video. But this is the summit of Silver Peak. I've come up here for a while, finally made it. Now I'm going to rest a little bit, sign the summit register. I'm starting to get into bad habits of being too lazy to sign them. I didn't sign the summit register on Pacifico. I didn't sign the summit register on Pleasance Peak. Even though it's the second time I've been to Pleasance, I've never signed the summit register. Summit register is right next to this little mine shaft. So just be careful where you're walking. It's in this little pile of talus right here. There's a little red summit register. Gonna sign that soon. And then probably start plotting my way back, because it took a long time to come up here. I mean, I didn't have navigational issues in the sense of worrying about finding my way here. It was just finding my way to a more logistical approach of the mountain. That was, I think, my biggest challenge was finding an easiest way to get here. But I climbed up a very steep gully. I really don't recommend that. I'm gonna go down the gully I was supposed to go down. I gotta try to find that. And then I'll see how that gully goes. If not, I'm gonna end up looking at a really steep cross-country descent. Well, regardless, I'm gonna be doing some cross-country coming down this. But the views from up here are insane. I can even see over towards Onyx Peak over there. Well, I'm gonna go take a rest, sign the register, and start getting ready to head down the mountain. Well, just signed the register. There's my signature right there. Tough scramble up random gully, straight up, now straight down. Hopefully I'll be able to find a cable route. That'll probably, hopefully that'll be easier going down than trying this insane gully here that I did. So, whoa, let me actually close it. Yeah, this is another Sierra Club 100 Peak section summit. It's shown on that register here. I'm actually going to close it. There it is, Silver Peak, 6,756. Enjoy these views for a few minutes. Get the obligatory selfie, of course. Climb a mountain, you may as well show yourself on top of it. And then time to start heading this way on the road and see if I could find a better descent gully so I don't have to go down that. Alright, well, I'll see you on the way down. Considering the scenery of this place, it's almost hard to imagine that we are near an ocean. This is like a scene out of Arizona over here. Utah junipers and pinyons all over the place. Definitely has an Arizona-esque feel to it. This is awesome. Hard to imagine hiking with Utah junipers and we're really close to an ocean. That's amazing. That's the one thing that's amazing about Southern California. Pretty darn close to the ocean here. I mean, we're closer to the desert, but I mean, considering how close we are to the ocean, it's just interesting to be hiking alongside pinyons, single leaf pinyons and Utah junipers and Joshua trees. Also, that we're really close to Big Bear, where a lot of the area is lush with Jeffrey pines, sugar pines, white firs, incense cedars. And here we are. Get a nice desert southwest vibe from this. This is incredibly beautiful up here. Whether you take the four-wheel drive up here or you hike it, whatever you do, you will be sure to enjoy the insane scenery that this mountain has to offer. No lie. This is totally an awesome place to be. It's beautiful up here. I really suggest it. If you got a four-wheel drive, if there's a four-wheel drive road that's open to get up here, I'm not sure how that works. Go for it. So I've seen people's entries about driving up. but I just want to let you know, you want to be of at least pretty decent physical condition. Probably better physical condition than I am, because it was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie, climbing up that was tough. That was a tough climb. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna mince my words. I mean, I've done plenty of hiking, and I consider myself fairly experienced. Becoming more experienced now that I've started doing more cross-country hikes. But you want to be in pretty good shape, especially if you're going to go the way I did, up not the first major gully, but the second major gully is the one I went up. That gully points you basically straight towards the peak, because it took me right towards it. Once I kind of went in a slightly roundabout fashion to get up there, to lessen the insane incline, but that gully is actually fairly straight shot. So if you're in really good physical shape, that'd actually be a pretty good option. The gully I want to take is the one I believe is the one recommended by hiking guides. Look at this old Utah juniper. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. So I'm gonna keep hunting around for the gully, and I'll keep you posted. Beautiful Joshua trees here too. Well, just come to a junction. I looked at my map, and the road curves and goes just about due north, which it's doing here, and there's a road that curves to the south. This should take me towards the gully, at least the gully I meant to come up. So I'm going to go head down this way, see if this indeed leads me to that gully. Pretty sure it will, but looking at my map, I'm not using a Tom Harrison map. I'm not using one of those. I'm using a map I printed out from Google Earth, just so I can be double sure of my direction. So far, I'm doing okay. And this looks like this road curves off. I'll show you it. I'll show it to you really quickly. I'm trying to unfold it. Okay. The yellow pinpoint is where I parked. Right next to the word legend is the peak. And I can see this is where I am right here. Yeah, it goes down and it starts curving off towards the east. And yes, it's curving off to the east, and eventually should start curving back to the southwest. So it looks like I'm on the road that I need to be on. This is the one I originally intended to come up, but if you're pretty decent at navigation, I think I'm fairly decent at it. I'm not perfect. I'm not John Muir or a mountaineer or anything like that, but I like to think that I'm fairly decent at it. I mean, it feels a lot better going down on a dirt road right now than going down a loose gully. But keep following this and see if this indeed takes me to my descent. Ah, a couple of rock ducks. A few of them actually. So I wonder if this is going to be the cable route that I keep reading about. Interesting. Here's another one. There's another one. There's a little use trail here. Oh, wee. Oh, okay. I can dig it. Alright, looks like a use path over here. We'll see how long it lasts. And an old Utah juniper for good measure. Alright. I know it's going to be steep going back, but... I'll take rock ducks. Thank you to whomever I can thank for a duck to use trail. You can actually see a path too. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down that gully. All right. Whom can I thank for putting ducks? Hello, Mojave Yucca. Alright. I'm going to keep following the ducks until I either lose them or it takes me down. I'm not going to complain. These rock ducks are great. Now I'm going to have to start watching my step. Ooh, footprints. Alright. This is a very encouraging sign. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep going down. I'm going to have to be very careful because this is going to be steep. So I'm going to have to be careful. I'm not going to film as much going down this. But I will check in later. I'm getting closer to my car. Well, I found the cable. There's the cable that was referenced in the San Bernardino Mountain trails. That's the cable. I think after I get down to the bottom of this insane part, this is a very steep descent. Very steep descent. So to get to the bottom of this, I might have one navigational challenge. And that's to get back to the 3N62. Where I started off my hike. Make no mistake, this is a steep one. It's loose. But there's a use trail. And it's occasionally ducked. Actually, for a while it was very heavily ducked. A lot of cairns marking the path. This is the cable route. Wow. Be aware, hiking down this is no joke either. I kind of dreaded the downhill part because of all the loose soil and scree here. So, yeah, this is pretty tough. This is very tough going down. Climbing up this would be probably not much different in difficulty than the way I came up, because it's about the same grade. Except for the fact that the gully I went up, which is beyond that slope there, is completely cross country, no trail at all. I didn't even see animal paths. No footprints from people or anything. Well, I'm going to stop filming for a while until I get to the bottom of this insane part, so I don't slip and fall on my butt and break my camera. I'll see you when I'm down at that dirt road at the bottom of this. Should be there in about 5 minutes, hopefully. I'm at the bottom. Holy moly! That was a steep one. And here's an old mine shaft. Quite a few of them around here. San Bernardino Mountains had its fair share of mining activities. Holy moly. Oh, it feels good to get off of that for a few minutes. Trying to see, I should follow this for a while or continue down the gully. Coming from way up there. That was not easy. Not huffing and puffing like I did when I went uphill, because that was a pretty savage climb. But going downhill was not exactly a cakewalk either. I must follow this old road bed here and see what happens. See if there's a rock duck down there or something. I always get a runny nose when I hike. That's why you always hear me sniffing. Wow. Just gonna keep following this for a while. Look at that. Look how steep the slopes are here on Blackhawk Mountain. Going up to Silver Peak on the top of Blackhawk. Oh man, this hike was no joke. Let me tell you. No joke. Definitely not an easy task. It's definitely a difficult hike. Look at how steep the slopes are. It's insane. That's how steep I was climbing. It's probably about a 35 to 40 degree angle. Maybe even more so in some spots. But I'll cue you guys in to my next navigational move. Here's a shrub I very seldomly see. Only seen this a couple times in my life. Long spine horsebush. Oh yeah. Tetrademia axillaris variety longispina. Long spine horsebush. It's seen it before in Walker Pass in Kern County. I've seen it maybe once or twice before today. So that's kind of a neat find. I'm making my way down to this canyon that old busted Jeep is. So I have a few of those tetrademias over here. Makes for kind of a neat find. I got sunscreen in my eyes. Oh boy, it's that again. I've been pretty bad about using sunscreen. I'll finally use it today. Alright. Kind of wiping my eyes as I'm slowly wiggling down this slope. It's going to get nice and shady for a few minutes. Oh, I'm going to appreciate that. It's starting to feel pretty warm. I'd say it's probably close to 70 degrees today. It's pretty warm for this time of year. Here, I'm not sure if we're still above 6,000. I think we might be at or maybe a little bit below it now. But this is the gully. Roughly going to follow the gully here and see if it takes me back. I'll see. So, following this gully. Haven't seen any rock ducks for a while, but up until now, I've seen lots of footprints. Right now, I'm just basically following this little wash. Oh, the walking here is so much more mellow than that cross-country scramble up to Silver Peak. Basically just climbed up a gully, just picked up the second gully instead of the first gully, which I would have seen a use trail going up that. Just picked the second one and just started walking up the canyon. There's a rock duck. Yeah, I still see footprints here too. I'm gonna try to keep following this canyon until I see, so I can see where I left off before. I'm gonna keep hiking, so I'll let you know when I find it. Well, I've been hiking cross country for quite a while, especially after that canyon. I've just been hiking cross country. See some rock ducks. There came to a set of rock ducks here. Just wondering. I came from over there. There's a Silver Peak right there. So I've been hiking cross country for quite a while. I know Highway 18 is going to be over this way, so I'm going to keep heading over that way, but hopefully I'll be able to find the dirt road soon. I don't know how many more of these little dips I'm going to have to climb, but sure turning out to be a heck of an adventure. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to go up here somewhere and see if I can find some more ducks or something. Well, I found something that looks like a roadbed. Let's see if my footprints are here, if I can find them. I don't know, I'm not sure. Don't see them, at least not yet. Yeah, I see my footprints. Looks like it. This must be the way I came. Alright, found my way back to the old Jeep road. Alright, I just got to follow this way back. Alright, it's been an interesting day. Can't regret it. Something tells me I went up that gully on the other side of that fold. Yeah, that's where I went. I think, yeah. Yeah, I went on that gully over there to the south of the summit. So now I just got some uphill hiking back to my car. Alright. Knew I'd find the road at some point. Well, even if it does get dark before I get back, which I very highly doubt, I have a headlamp and I'm on the road. Well, unless I find anything else along the way back, just gotta take this little uphill slog for a while until I get back to the car. So I'm gonna check back in at the end unless I find something crazy on the way back. Alright, onward and upward. Well, just about returning to my Jeep. It's that shiny thing there. The traffic's roaring past. And I've come to the end of my hike. This was a tough one. That was not an easy hike, climbing up that mountain. When I should have, let's see, when I should have gone up, actually I should have gone up that little gully there. I thought I was supposed to go up that one, but I ended up going up to the one behind it, further off. And it was a straight up cross-country shot, no trail, nothing. All the way up to the crest of the ridge, where I met the old dirt road on top of Silver Peaks Ridge, or Blackhawk Mountains Ridge, whatever you want to call it. And then it was just a short walk to that little spur. I'll tell you, this was a tough hike today. This is the end of the road for me. Literally. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of my segments are short, especially considering the fact that I had to pay attention to what I was doing. I don't have a GoPro or anything. I'm holding this in my hand. I don't have a GoPro. Can't afford one right now. But look at that. All the way up there. It's a lot longer hike than you think it'll be. Trust me. Even if you do go up the cable route that I went down, it's going to be a tough route. Because that use trail is loose as well. It's ducked, but it's loose. And then you got to go down into this canyon and you kind of find your way around a canyon bottom, which I did. And then I ended up going cross country through the ravine for a while, and then I ended up climbing cross country out of it and going cross country roughly to my southwest. And then ended up finding the dirt road. So the last stretch back was a cakewalk compared to everything else I've been through today. I don't regret it. I'm glad I did it. It's been a beautiful day. Silver Peak, Blackhawk Mountain, 6,756 feet. Thanks for watching. Next week should be another adventure. I just don't know what yet.